Hello everybody. In this tutorial what we are going to do, we are going to jump into the world of Android application development. And in this tutorial I will show you how to create simple and basic Android application which you can run in your own Android devices. And moreover, and that would be the first video of this Android application development course. And I assure you at the end of this course you will become that eligible to cook your own applications and upload them on Play Store. So without wasting our time, let's just start Android Studio. You have to download it first. I'll provide you its link after installation. Just open up your Android Studio. This is my Android Studio version 3.6.1, as you can see. And let me just brief few things here. This sidebar provides you your project history that you have previously opened, and this first option is basically it allows you to start new project from the scratch, and the second option allows you to open an already existing project if you have, and this allows you to upload your project from version control like Git and Git Cloud, and this allows you to debug your APKs, and these last two options allows you to import project from GitHub and basic Android application frameworks. So keep it simple, just click on this first option, start a new Android Studio project.
It will just pop up a new project template window. Here we'll provide our project the template, and to keep it simple we'll just select this empty activity and just select this and click on the next button. It will take you to the basic settings of your project. At the top, as you can see, what is this? This is basically the name of your application. Whatever you provide over here, it will appear under the icon of your applications in your devices. So let me just randomly pick a name. I think Packinto would be good. Yeah, Packinto. I'm very crazy in randomly choosing names. It sounds good too. Packinto. Okay. Under this name box, this is the package name. It's kind of your domain name too. It will keep your all resource and other Java files. This is the location. You can change it to by clicking on this folder button. I just keep it default.
Another important option is language. You can change it to Kotlin and Java. So it basically Google provides you two options only. So I'll just keep it default Java. Another important option is minimum SDK. It is you have to basically very cautiously choose it. I'll keep it default because it reduces your approximations or probability of driven devices. Like I'll show you. As you can see, it is 8.2. If I select it Android version 10, if I change it to default like 4.1 or 4.2 Jelly Bean, it will covers approximately almost 100% devices. So that's why it's important. You have to select your API cautiously. I'll keep it default so it can cover almost 99.8% devices. So this is the legacy option. Android has upgraded to Android X. If you want to use the legacy, you can just check this box. I leave it unchecked, and then just click on this finish button. It will open our regular project window. Such a boring loadings these are. They are quite weary. It almost take 15 to 20 minutes if this is your first time, and it also depends on the machine which you're using. If it's quite super, it will take lesser time. So okay, that's it. The loadings, the Gradle has builded, and the other scripts and indexes has been loaded. Okay, that's it. Let me just first brief this directory folders. This is your main Java folder which keeps your main activity and other files that you will create in future. This is basically the main activity file. It will keep your Java code, and this XML file is actually your a resource file which keeps the interface of your app. Let me just show you this. As you can see, so this is basically the interface of your application, which basically kept in this and activity underscore main.xml file. Here few things. If you can select, you can also select this split option, which will show you the XML code and and against that code the interface of your application on this right side. And the third option is the full version or the main window of your XML code. This attribute window basically allows you to change your layout width and height, and you can also provide it a unique ID to recognize it in your entire project. This is the palette window which keeps the widgets button. We will look at it in our coming tutorials. And these are other options like margin and other alignments. We'll cover it in our next videos. We have to keep this tutorial simple. So the next thing is, I'll show you, this is the resource folder. It will keep your strings, colors, drawable, icons, layouts, whatever layout you will create. It will that layout folder will stores all your layout files. Whatever you create in future, it will keep kept by this folder. This is the color folder. You have whatever color you use across your application, you have to keep it in this file. This is the string resource file. Whatever strings you use, you have to keep them in this file for simplicity. And this is the style.xml file, which basically keep your basic application theme, and you can customize your theme in this file too. So these are the few basics of these XML files. Let's just close them and navigate to your activity underscore main.xml file. What about changing something? Let's just change this hello world text. How we can change it? In this code window, we will change this text line from hello world to I am picking to. The reliable and the better way is to keep your all strings in this strings.xml file that I have shown you earlier. Otherwise it will pop up and pop up a warning, not an error, and that's not a fatal thing for your application. If you drag your cursor to that bulb, it will properly show you what's basically going wrong. So this is showing that you have to keep your strings in that strings.xml or your strings resource file. That's basically the standard way, but we can also hard code it. So now let's just run this back into application. I have connected my device with my machine because I am going to run my application on my device rather than a virtual device. These are two options. You can debug your application or you can directly run it. So I'll just run it. Okay, the Gradle build running. That I am really tired of these loadings. They are quite weary. Okay, Gradle is finished. Now it's installing the APK file in your connected device. After that, it will spontaneously launch your application in your device. You don't need to bother to open your application manually. I'll show you its demonstration. Okay, this is the screen of my device, and it will spontaneously open that newly cooked application. Okay, here we go. It has opened our newly created simple activity application I am Pakinto. So this is all for this tutorial. We have to keep it simple. We will conclude it here, and till the next tutorial, stay tuned.